welcome to episode 9, season 1, episode 9 of the official, unofficial, official podcast of Cobra Kai, Sweep the Pod. I'm Bret Ernst, aka cousin Louie LaRusso, with my sidekick, my ace, my Robin.
Dan Adute. It's a Cobra Kai rewatch podcast. You didn't say the word rewatch.
Rewatch.
That's what we're doing. We're rewatching.
And see, that's why Batman needs Robin.
That's why I'm here for you, baby. You know why? Because you and I, we are different but same, which is the name of this episode. Episode 9, different but same, which was actually an iconic line of Mr. Miyagi's when he was talking in the movie about Daniel and Elizabeth Shue's character. What's her name? Allie?
Allie.
Yeah, different but same. And it's also, I think, pertinent to Johnny and Daniel. Different but same. This is like a very big bonding episode for them, which I thought was super cool. But we start with a skateboarding montage.
Well, we just start with Robby.
Skateboarding montage.
But now, let me ask you a question, because the way I interpret that is that this is him not afraid now or something?
Who?
Robby, because he was always skateboarding, but it looked like he was attempting a trick that he couldn't do. Almost like he's inspired to fail now because of Miyagi-Do karate and you know, Daniel training him. And then
honestly, I was too busy looking at his pretty face.
Yeah, you've really been emphasizing that, Dan.
He's a very handsome boy.
Hey, it's okay.
He's a handsome boy.
It's okay, Dan.
I'm not the only one who thinks it. I think he's got 5 million followers on Instagram who think the same.
Yeah, but they're usually teenage girls, young girls, not
right.
middle-aged 25-year-old men.
Right.
But so he goes on the skate park, which you don't know this because you had immigrant parents.
Right.
But he ends up doing the handstand, which is very similar to what Luke did in Empire Strikes Back on the Dagobah system.
He does the handstand that Daniel did in the forest that was in Georgia. He did
right.
the handstand move, double kick thing.
Which could have been, I was thinking about that from the last episode, and somebody commented, Big Bear, they could go to Big Bear if they were in L.A.
Yeah, but then they have to pay California taxes.
No. I'm saying.
Oh, you're saying that could
in
be
the
Big
show,
Bear.
it could be Big Bear because it's only an hour away.
Okay.
And they have lakes and stuff. And people ski there.
They do have lakes, huh?
So somebody brought that to our attention when they were like, because you were like, which it was in Georgia.
Yes.
But if you live in LA, you're an hour from, or I guess, how far is Big Bear from
2 hours away.
So you're 2 hours from the mountains and snow skiing and lakes. You could go to Tahoe.
Yeah.
But that would be a drive.
It's like a 5-hour.
No, longer than that.
Okay.
It's got to be because it's 6-7 hours from Vegas.
So apparently now we're just doing an ad for California.
Right, we're playing Carmen Sandiego. Where is she? All right, so we go from he does the Luke Skywalker. They intro in Cobra Kai.
Yes.
Same but different but the same. Then you see Daniel going to work.
Well, we see if I may, because there was something very special to me. We see a coffee making scene.
Okay.
On the Breville Oracle, which is actually the espresso machine that I have in my home.
Are you a coffee snob like you are food?
Pretty, not super snobby where like I won't drink coffee unless it's this and that. But at my house, I like to have a very good cup of coffee.
That's not an insult, by the way. He's a food snob.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or what do you guys call yourselves? Foodie.
Foodie.
Yeah. And now he's a coffee.
I'm a coffee.
And you're a wine guy.
And a winey.
Is that all included in foodie?
Kind of. Look, I try not to be super pretentious about my coffee, but at home,
you are pretentious.
I like to have a good single bean, single origin, cappuccino in the mornings. And
is there a single bean? Is there such a thing?
Well, there's single origin. There's blends, and then there's single origin.
But it's one bean.
Yeah, but you can have it from different farms, or you can have it from one farm.
So no, you're saying you can have different beans in a bag, but the bean itself is just one bean, or do they make it a hybrid of other beans?
Oh, no. It's one breed, you're saying?
Yeah. Is that how they refer to it in the coffee? Is that coffee lingo?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but you can get a blend, which
I've seen that though. I've seen like a harvest blend, or you know.
That's going to be a bunch of different beans from different places.
But you like
together.
one bean. I guess I'm a one bean guy then.
Yeah.
Because
Single
I'll
origin.
pick the coffee at the Whole Foods and grind it. I like the smell.
I like the smell as well. I like what it does to me. Shout out to Breville. We love your product. Please send us some free swag.
Breville's. We'll take some Breville's.
We'll take some Breville's. Johnny shows up at the house because of your fuck up.
Right. Now, this
Your
is
fuck up.
all the aftermath of Louie.
Louie, look at what you did. Johnny shows up at the house. I remember seeing this scene for the first time, and you were seeing it for the first time, right? You haven't rewatched. You're rewatching in real time with us.
I've never seen the show.
Were you as jarred as I was when he looks up and sees Johnny standing there?
I mean, I was trying to figure out. First of all, I rattled the address off, which, again, I'm ashamed I ratted my cousin out. And I just say it real quick, and he just knows where to go. And he's in the backyard. And, but, you know, I wasn't shocked. I mean, why he left as soon as I gave him the address.
Well, but now it's sunny outside, so he went the next morning, right?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. The time
we
frame.
found a flaw in the logic.
Not necessarily, because I could have beat that car up at 4 a.m. But he was up watching the news, oh no, he was writing a letter. We forgot to bring that up.
What?
He's writing an old school letter to Robby.
Oh yeah.
To his son, and then I'm crashing the car up, which kind of, when you're looking at what Louie did, because he just cleaned the apartment. He's not drinking beer, trying to get right.
Yeah.
Writing a Dear Robby letter.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I smash his car, downward spiral, pissed off. Why do the LaRussos keep fucking with me?
Yeah.
Now he goes to Daniel's house. He's seething, and they're about to square off in the pool.
Oh. Yeah, so now they square off. Are they about to fight? What's about to happen? Boom. Amanda LaRusso saves the day.
She's always the voice of reason.
Always.
Which in real life is not the case.
No, she's a unstable person.
She antagonizes.
She's mean. She will say the meanest shit to me at every single premiere that we've been to. She'll see me and she's dressed in like a beautiful gown and like, you know, all done up and like taking all these paparazzi photos, and then she'll walk by me and be like, "Hi, Courtney Hengler, were you on the show?" And then she just fucking walks by me.
Dan,
she's so mean.
Do you think that there's a reason why people do that to you and not to me?
I do think I allow for a self-deprecating environment around me.
But see, I
don't take myself too seriously.
Now, let's say I'm Johnny, you're Daniel.
Yeah.
Although Daniel didn't intentionally antagonize Johnny. But you antagonize, and then you love to play the victim. Like you did it maybe 2 episodes ago. You brought up my socioeconomic background, and then go, "Oh, just because," and try to make me to be the hypocrite. But you start some shit, and you conveniently forget.
I think Miguel's arc is really interesting in this
episode
as well, because what we start seeing in Miguel is cracks. We see cracks in his innocence. This is the episode where Miguel loses his innocence because he's so innocent and sweet the whole way through.
Yeah, but you skipped the part where they're eating breakfast now, which I thought was funny.
Oh, yeah. The breakfast is hilarious.
Because she's like, "Let me make you breakfast." He's like, "You hungry?" He's like, "Yeah, I can eat." And now they're sitting at the table, and Anthony, or Griffin, the actor, is fucking with Johnny.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
What a funny scene the two of them have. I love that Johnny talks to a kid as if he's an adult. Griffin, Yale actor, by the way, got accepted into Yale School of Acting. He's showing us his chops right there as a little kid, knowing how to stand his own, deliver his lines.
Do you think being on Cobra Kai helped him get into Yale?
Fuck yeah.
Has to.
Hell yeah.
Has it opened any doors for you like that? Not Yale, but...
LaCroix has been sending me free seltzer water.
And that's because of... Cobra. You reached out to him?
I did. I reached out and I said, "Hi, I'm Dana Dude from Cobra Kai." And they were like, what part of the show were you? And I'm like, "I'm in the car dealership." And they're like, "Oh, the funny cousin." I'm like, "No, not that one, the other one." And they're like, oh, hey.
The receptionist?
Are you looking for a job? I'm like, "No, I'm not looking for a job. I'm wondering if I can influence for you."
Did they really send that to you?
No, they sent me. I am a LaCroix.
Because we'll start drinking LaCroix on the show.
I am a LaCroix influencer, but that's more because of my food stuff than for Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai? What free shit have I gotten off of Cobra Kai?
I've gotten a Wilbur watch.
You got a Wilbur watch? Shout out to Wilbur Watch Company. I don't
And
know.
Celsius reached out, but that was for my other podcast.
Yeah, reach out to us. Guys, we are very easily influenceable. We will shill your products.
Actually, we're begging you for free shit.
Please send us free shit.
Whatever's free, we'll rock it.
We don't care what it is.
All right, so they have breakfast. Now, get back to Miguel.
Which is fun. It was like kind of like that scene in Heat where the two enemies are sitting down across from each other.
Yeah.
And now Miguel confronts Sam about the fact that he's never invited to her house. And to me, what's interesting here is been a very slow burn for Miguel's arc. He's basically been very sweet and innocent. Even though he's learning martial arts, even though he's used his martial arts, he still has this boyish, sweet, innocent thing about him. And now you start seeing the cracks.
But he didn't tell her that
You know
he
what?
saw.
And it's always the chicks who do it.
Yeah, always.
It's always. It's like Will Smith says, ain't no pain like from the opposite sex.
Nothing.
And he's feeling that pain. And man, is it is burrowing a hole in his brain.
And not only that, they were dating a week. She tried to change him already, get him to switch dojos. And now she's in it. And whether she inadvertently, not, obviously not on purpose, now it's starting to fuck with his psyche.
Now she's getting in there.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting in there. She's a little bit of a succubus, a little bit of a Medusa, this Sam. Amanda convinces Ralph to give Johnny a car, which is so funny. And so this is such a funny scene. Just seeing the two of them finally being able to vibe together and like have a day was like, I mean, the nostalgia porn of this whole episode of the two of them just kind of getting to know each other for the first time. Beautiful. My favorite line when they walk by the Subaru Forester and he goes, "Forester, what do I look like, a lesbo?" Lesbo is such a funny word, man.
That was an 80s term.
It was such an 80s term. LaRusso is going to take Johnny on a test drive, and they start to finally bond on Speedwagon, and they go to Daniel's old
That
apartment.
Charger's a great car, by the way.
Yeah, the Dodge Charger.
Yeah, nice car. It's got some balls to it.
You know what's really funny? Oh, no, not the Charger. When I was acting on Cobra Kai in Atlanta and I rented a car, I rented a Dodge Challenger.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with a Challenger?
Yeah.
Dodge, if you're listening, send us a car.
Take that Cadillac, Ferrari, if you're listening.
Ferrari. And so now they go to his old apartment. The old apartment, and you just have these wonderful flashbacks that are seamlessly woven into the scene of the flashback of him and his mom walking into the apartment building with the empty, decrepit pool, and now they're walking in.
I think we skipped something, though.
It's been rehabbed.
We did skip something.
Well, let me finish my goddamn fucking thought, and then you can go back to. Oh, by the way, also this. Like I was spitting such a poetic little yarn. Of
You
that
just
scene.
skipped a major plot, a major scene for the whole episode.
Oh my god!
What's this episode called again?
Same but different, different but same. Who gives
Now,
a fuck?
this
Fuck
is
you.
the same but different, right? This is the same old from Dan. This is a major scene you're skipping.
Which scene?
When they're by the way, Hawk's a savage. He sees I forget the girl's name that he's making out with.
Moon?
Yeah, he sees Moon, makes a move. Miguel has doubts, and then they see Aisha wants revenge.
Yeah.
And she sees that what's the other girl's name? Moon and the other one.
Oh, the really bitchy one?
Yeah.
Yasmin?
Yasmin.
Yeah.
Is having a party. How could you skip that?
Yes, the cool person party.
Yeah. So she sees that and says, "Hey guys, I have an idea. Let's strike first."
Let's strike first.
And then we get to the car where he's looking at the Challenger and the Forester. So do you see why I had to stop you there? That's a big scene because it sets up everything. It's that scene with them getting to the park early, crashing her private party, quote unquote. Hawk making out with Moon, he's got game, he's got confidence, he's a savage.
What happens that Sam gets grounded again?
Sam gets grounded because, well, we're not there yet.
Well, I think we are, because the guys, first the guys are going to buy alcohol at the mini mart.
Well, no, there was another part that you missed.
I quit, man.
So
I quit.
So in the aftermath of Louie and they're having breakfast, Anthony's talking shit. Remember, Johnny drops, yeah, well, your daughter wrecked my car.
Yes.
It was a hit and run.
Yes.
And Daniel denied it. So later on, when Amanda confronts her, she admits it, and that's why she's grounded, but we're not there yet. So now they're looking at the cars, and after the cars, they pick the Challenger. Now we're at the hit and run. So she basically asked her if she was involved. She says, I wasn't driving. And she goes, you're grounded.
And fucking Griffin is hilarious in this scene, too.
Yeah, he is. He's scooching the whole time.
Yeah, he's really having
He's a real scoochion.
He's a scoochion.
And now we're in the car, and they put on REO Speedwagon, which is a great song. And it was kind of reminiscent. I think it's Tommy Boy when they're in the car. Is it Tommy Boy when Chris Farley and David Spade start listening to the Carpenters, maybe? And they're singing.
Yeah.
But REO Speedwagon, even though I love the Carpenters, I really do. I love all that 70s divorce music.
Yeah.
Barry Manilow, Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
But REO Speedwagon is a phenomenal band. And they start listening to the song. They're both kind of, enjoying it. And then he goes, hey, pull over. And now they're at the Karate Kid apartments.
Yes.
And they go in and, well, I guess they see the pool was empty. You start seeing the flashbacks. They're walking around.
Yeah, that's what I was saying so poetically before. Now, and we go to the kids. Back to the kids. The kids are getting alcohol to crash the party.
Right. Hawk again.
Hilarious
savage.
Scene. Very funny.
And
bitches be bitches.
And then Miguel can't get a hold of Sam.
Because Sam can't use her devices.
Right, because Amanda took the phone away.
She took it all away. And the tension is building. The guys are at the bar now.
Well, I just wanted to get into something here.
Oh, please, go ahead.
So Hawk pulls out a fake ID.
Yeah.
Now, question. Have you ever used a fake ID?
Many times.
So you had a fake ID?
Yes.
I used to make them.
Did you?
Yeah, with a board.
With a board?
Yeah, we had a big board, and we would hold it up, and it was actually my cousin that, so back then, the construction paper, we put construction paper behind it, but it was color-coded.
Oh, you're telling me that you had a board that had all the license information, and you'd have someone stand in front of it?
It was a big board, and it had handles. And you would put a piece of construction paper. Somebody would stand like this, and then they'd hold the board behind them.
Uh-huh.
And then you back up with a Polaroid until you got the right dimension.
Okay.
Then you would cut it out.
Yeah.
Take the back, rip up a back of a real license, which was a permit.
Yes.
Back then.
Yes.
Put it on the back.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And relaminate it.
Yeah. How much did you charge?
Back then, $50 for those.
That's a steal.
Yeah, and then
I think I paid like $300 for mine.
No, $300. We were doing 50 and just hand over fist when we were kids. And then we developed another technique, which you can't do anymore. We used to, at the bottom, there's numbers everywhere. They all used to be the same size. So we would take an X-Acto knife, cut out the year, switch it with the number that made you 21.
Yeah.
And then relaminate that. You couldn't tell.
Wow.
Unless you shined a light under it, you could see all the holes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got into the...
Those were $20. Wow. X-Acto knives.
Wow. Very well-priced fake IDs.
Well, this is 1988. And I made them,
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I got my fake ID, 6 years ago? So it was different inflation, the cost of prices compared to when you were 21 and I was 21.
Yeah, you just take the back of a real license and then put it on top. I think I said permit. I'm a license, a real license.
Yeah. Yeah, we got it.
You know what's funny though, really quick? We came up with all these genius plans and then we would do something stupid. So we would go into Blockbuster and my brother would knock something off the counter when the kid went to grab it.
Blockbuster was a video store.
Yeah, Blockbuster Video.
VHS tapes. I've only read about it. I've never.
No, DVDs.
I'm too young.
They had DVDs.
DVDs
too.
Yeah,
but at that time VHS tapes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So we would do all this, but then go in, brother knock some, grab the lamination, the stack that was behind the counter, because they would do the cards right there, and run out, not knowing we could get 1,000 of them at Michael's for $1.
Huh.
You know what else? Another scam we did?
That adds to the fun. What?
We would take Blockbuster cards, and back then you could rent like Segas which was a video game console. I know
Yes.
you're too young.
Yes.
And they had video games. So you steal somebody's Blockbuster card. If the kid was there, God, we couldn't do any of this today. And rent the whole Sega and how many games we can and just keep them.
Yeah.
Sell them, whatever.
Wow.
You couldn't do that. Everything's on video now. Everything.
I used to sell candy at school.
Yeah, well,
I would sell candy.
That was a fundraiser. Oh, you talking about blow pops now and later, shit
I would
like
make
that?
money on it. I'd make money on it.
No, I meant, are you talking about like buying bags of blow pops?
Yes.
And then selling them for a quarter? Yeah.
You know what I would also sell is Absolute vodka ads. Do you remember when Absolute vodka ads were cool?
No.
Well, they were very cool at my school.
Wait, the ads?
Yeah, Absolute vodka ads.
With the bottle?
Yes.
You
Just
would sell them?
The bottle takes up the whole page. Those became such a collector's item in my high school. And the older, weirder ones you could find, the better. And I would just like be poring over old magazines to find them.
What the fuck? Why does that have value?
People loved Absolute vodka ads.
In your town?
In my town. I think it was I don't know if it was a Northeast thing. I don't know if it was
I don't know, man. You got me on that.
Really?
We used to steal hood ornaments,
No,
break them off of cars. That had value.
No, that's not. Okay. We didn't do that in Great Neck.
Anyways, I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend. You've been messing around.
The guys are at a
Speedwagon.
bar. They're at the bar. They're reminiscing. They're getting to know each other. They're getting to know each other's backstory. You know, Johnny's opening up about his troubled home life, and Daniel's kind of, you know, it's humanizing Johnny to Daniel for the first time.
Prior to that, Robby came back over to the house. That's key.
Okay.
To train.
Yes.
And finds out Samantha's grounded.
Yeah.
Now we're at the bar. They're drinking. They're talking, catching up. Where's Allie? Or is that later? No, that's after the next scene. So yeah, they're at the bar drinking, and now you're right. They're talking about the dad.
Yeah.
And his dad died. Ed Asner was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And now the party.
Yeah, the loser party upstaging the cool kid party. Moon splits off to talk to Hawk. Moon is great, by the way.
Yeah.
Real life, too. Her name is Hannah. Very sweet. Very cool. I sat next to her at the premiere. We had a blast. Very nice person.
Go ahead.
What? Why are you pausing like that?
I don't know. I was waiting for you to...
I feel like you thought I was going to say something creepy.
No, not at all.
I feel like you were waiting for me to say something
I'm waiting for you to finish the
she's
scene because
hot
I
or
have...
something like that.
I have some stuff.
I thought you were going to... Like, you were waiting for me to say she's hot.
No, I was going to ask you a question.
Do you think she's hot?
Beautiful kid. Yeah, they're all...
Beautiful kid.
Yeah.
That's...
She's in her 20s, dude.
We're going to get shut down with that kind of speak.
You know what I mean. Beautiful young lady. So...
Miguel's starting to drink.
Right. Well, here's what I was going to ask you. Did you drink in high school? Except... I know you had Absolute Vodka ads, but did you drink Absolute Vodka?
I got drunk once in high school off of 2 Zimas.
Oh, my God, dude.
I had 2 Zimas.
Do you know what a Zima is, Mara? No. Oh, God. Just think gayer than White Claw.
It's White Claws. Yeah. White Claws.
It's White Claw's gayer cousin.
White Claws come out of
Older
the
cousin.
closet to Zimas.
It would be if a White Claw came out of the closet. I'm a Zima. It was like this clear. You can look it up. Was it malt?
I believe so. It was like, I don't know what the fuck. It was
See, again, different but same.
different but same. White Claw and Zima is probably a very similar, like.
I didn't drink at all in high school.
No?
And about 18, 19 is when I would dabble a little.
You were never, well, since I've known you, you've never been a big drinker.
Wasn't a fan. But when we drank, like, it's so crazy. The first time I got drunk ever, which is, if you knew me, it's typical, Everclear. I had never drank, again, Buzz, nothing. And I drank Everclear, and I got us kicked out of the Keys.
That sounds awful.
The whole Key. Yeah, it was terrible.
Everclear.
I was throwing up. They threw me in the, you know, those outdoor showers, and I was like shaking.
Ugh.
And my buddies just, I mean, dude, when I tell you for the first time, and I didn't want to touch alcohol again.
Yeah.
And then I started drinking. You're drinking Zima. I know you're not going to know what Cisco is.
It sounds familiar. What is it?
Ghetto wine.
Ghetto wine?
Yeah. It was like you found it at like those shady liquor stores next to the fucking pawn shops. Cisco actually, it caught some traction, and then we would drink, because it was cheap, and we would drink 8 balls, like OE 800.
Old English.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember the 40s.
Yeah, but if you crack that motherfucker open and chugged it, the first, when it's cold, really good, and then it just went bad in like 5 minutes. Tasted like Doritos. It was terrible.
Is Old English still made?
I don't know. But like I said, I wasn't a drinker at all in high school. It was until later. But did you have high school parties, anything like that? Like, where did you guys go?
We would go to the park. We would sometimes have parties at like our friends' houses that, you know, like the ones with like their parents who didn't care about them.
Yeah.
We'd be able to have parties there. There was weed.
Did you smoke in high school?
I smoked for the first time when I was in college, I believe. No, I was very late to like all my substances.
Here's a question, because again, you find this everywhere. I guess and Mario, you can answer this as well. Was there like a parking lot of, say, a Denny's? There was always a parking lot like near a Burger King parking lot, but there would always be parking lots that kids would hang out in.
Great Neck Estates Park parking lot.
There was always a parking lot.
Always a parking lot. Isn't it great? You could just have so much fun so easily back then.
Well, it's weird too.
Go
like,
to the parking lot.
We would go random places and say, "Hey, let's meet up." Like there would be guys like, because I don't know how many kids you had in your high school. You went to a big high school?
500.
And then there were always these guys that were like scouts that would come back and say, "Yo, I got a place," and all these kids would go hang out. And then, because South Florida was the best to go to high school in. And then the cops would find you. They couldn't stop the crime, but they could find a bunch of teenagers hanging out in an undisclosed location.
Yes.
But we would go to the beach. We'd have beach parties in high school in South Florida. Every high school had its like spot, because South Florida is all high schools.
Yeah.
It's really pretty cool. But that's what it kind of reminded me of, where the kids all meet on the beach. And they're all drinking, and, you know, wherever that beach was in Atlanta.
I was not normal. I was never invited to those parties. I was the one who was left out.
Well, again, reason for that.
Yeah.
Why do you play the victim? Maybe it's something you're doing.
Okay, blame the victim.
Well, you're not. Shame him.
So Miguel is starting to drink. Sam is not there. Back at the LaRusso household, Robby fakes a sprained ankle to get Sam out of the house.
Now, that was another plan. This is what I love about Robby. Street smart, understands human behavior.
Yeah.
Knows his boss.
Handsome. Very handsome.
Knows his boss has to do the paperwork. Fakes a limp.
Fakes the limp.
Then he breaks Sam out, starts walking.
She has
home.
a very funny line, because it's very funny to me, because it's like, it's a line that was clearly written by 40-something-year-old writers. When she goes, "Did you just Kaiser Soze out of the house?"
Yeah.
Which is like a reference to The Usual Suspects, which is a movie that Sam definitely did not see. Go ahead.
I'm saying I was so into movies as a kid. I knew movies like from my grandmother's era. I watched them all, classic movies. Because, you know, we forget that too, is that kids today, you know, a movie that came out in 1995, before they were even born, is a classic. But if you're sitting with your father, and she could absolutely know Kaiser Soze. I thought, but you're right.
Did you say Kaiser Soze?
Yeah, Socha. He's a Soch.
Soze.
Soze. Is it?
Kaiser Soze.
I thought it was Soche. No, I'm thinking of Brian. I'm thinking of somebody I know with that last name.
Back to the bar. Johnny has a great line when they're talking about Allie, and they're talking about how she's some sort of pediatric surgeon, and her husband's an oncologist, and without even seeing the guy or anything, Johnny goes, "Sounds like a tool." The husband's an oncologist. Sounds like a tool.
Then they start shitting on him, but
Yeah.
he's actually a good-looking guy.
He's like
He's
a
rich
super
and
handsome
successful.
guy.
Yeah.
They're both, but I love that Daniel gets in on the act too. He's
Are they
also funny.
Eskimo brothers?
Oof. Well, now you're asking an interesting question.
That's a good question for the writers.
Did they have sex?
I mean, they had to have.
They didn't had to have.
Yeah, they did.
Why? Because it was high school?
Yeah, it's high school. Average age of losing your virginity is 16.
When did you lose your virginity?
16.
17.
I'm still a virgin. But the thing was, I got laid once and didn't get laid again for like a year and a half. About a year later.
Mine was a girlfriend. I had a girlfriend.
Actually, I was 15.
This is going to be a sad story.
Go ahead.
This is going to be a sad story.
No, don't.
Kelly Myersfield and I were together. Boyfriend and girlfriend.
That's the girl that commented and liked your dreads.
Yes, she did.
So she's still alive. It's not that.
She's
right,
still alive.
I thought you were going to tell me something like that.
Kelly and I were high school sweethearts. And we told each other that we were going to lose our virginity to each other. And we were very excited to do that. We were really, it was going to be a special moment. Then she said, when I'm going to go on vacation with my family. When I get back, it'll be prom, and then we'll do it then. I'm like, okay, sounds good. And she went to Club Med with her family, came back. We had prom.
She got clipped.
Lost our virginity.
She got clipped in Club Med.
Here's what happened. We quote unquote lost our virginity. Then like a year and a half goes by, and I'm visiting my buddy, or my buddy Mark calls me, and he was talking to our friend. He was stoned with our friend Matt. Matt is friends with me and Kelly, but he's like my fucking best friend. He knew, because she confided in him, that she fucked someone at Club Med and didn't tell me. But he got stoned and told Mark, and Mark was a good friend. Mark told me. So this whole time she was pretending to be a virgin, and I thought that we were having this
again
dual virginity loss.
Female nature.
Mara does not like that.
Oh, she should. How many? Do you know the percentage of children that are born that are proven not to be the father's not the father of that child? That happened to Dan.
This is not what I'm saying. I'm not making a global statement on women based off of this story. I'm making a statement about you, Kelly. You broke my heart.
Well, why? Why did you have to be with her? You didn't care you just got laid?
No, I loved her. And I thought we were sharing something special.
25%, by the way.
Fucking Francois at Club Med got in there first. He clipped that bonsai first.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
25%. You could have raised a kid that wasn't even yours.
Yeah.
Thinking that was the first, and you would never have known. Then you take a DNA test.
I think I would know.
Then you're on Maury.
The kid would be like hot with a 6-pack, like all those fucking Club Med employees. And I'd be like, how did I produce this?
Oh, imagine the guy's just awful looking. Just terrible.
I bet he's really hot. Actually, I'm so curious.
Was he one of those trapeze
Should
guys?
We call her?
Call her right now.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Trash.
I'm starting to sweat.
Start calling her trash.
I'm starting.
See, I was lucky. The girl, my first girl was almost a year and a half older than me and was gorgeous. And I had no idea what I was doing.
Oh my God.
I tried to put it in the front.
Holy shit, I have her number. I didn't think I had her number. Are we doing this?
It's up to you. I got no stake in this.
To find out if the guy that she fucked at Club Med was hotter than
Yeah,
you?
ask her. I'm curious.
Oh my God, here we go.
And how old was he? I bet he was an adult. Because you can't work there as a teenager.
Please don't pick up.
I bet it was another kid there. Mara, we betting on this?
No, it was someone who worked there. It was a Geo. It was like definitely.
Hi, you reached Kelly.
Oh.
Say hey Kelly, you harlot.
You 2-bit harlot.
Yeah, hussy. Yeah, Jezebel.
Well, if she calls, I will pick that up. Wow.
Keep the ringer on. I'm interested. I'm on the edge of my seat.
I was sweating there.
If he worked there, then she basically slept with a grown man. You can't work there if you're not 18. Think about that.
No, we were 17. It was someone over 18.
Had to.
They're always hot. They're always like French with abs, teaching like windsurfing and shit.
They have trapeze
Yes,
artists.
they have trapeze.
Cirque du Soleil people work there.
Oof, it was not good for me. And there I am with my extra
And was
rib.
she pretending?
There I am with my extra rib trying to. Now I'm competing with fucking Francois.
Was she pretending?
Yes, she pretended like it
Like,
hurt.
ow,
it hurts
ow.
so much.
By the way, I've seen your root. That thing ain't hurting anybody. He likes to answer the door naked, Mara. When you knock, what he does is he'll go, "Hey Bret, come up to my hotel room. Let's run lines." And then I open the door and he's standing there butt naked, all the time. He's trash. You deserve that, by the way. Okay, so
They started looking up Ali on Facebook. Now Miguel is hammered. Miguel's
Miguel's
hammered.
stuck, dog. He's stuck.
He's hammered. Dimitri tries to develop some balls, goes up to the super hot chick, Yasmin, and just gets. Honestly, that's kind of the way that I would have like talked to her if I were in high school, like that, like just trying to get in there with some sort of impressive, fun, self-deprecating thing, but she's just not feeling it at all.
Dude, I was so nervous, for like being around girls when you're younger. There were a lot of girls that liked me, and I was too busy, rather get in trouble, go do something stupid. But I was more you get nervous when you're younger, 15, 16.
I still get nervous going up to a girl. You don't get nervous if there's like a really beautiful girl.
What are you nervous about?
What are you nervous about? It's the rejection.
But didn't you go through that as a kid?
But it's not like you go through it and you're done with it. Like rejection always hurts.
At your age, at 25?
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, that's what makes it exciting. Is that there are stakes.
No, what makes it exciting is the prize. Not the, ooh, I might get rejected. Who the fuck cares?
No, but that's what makes it, that's what gives it it's like a high stakes scenario here. It's like bungee jumping. The reason it's exciting is because there's a chance you're going to die.
How are you comparing bungee jumping to going up to a girl?
That's literally, it's a mental bungee jump that you're doing.
Dude, for us, it's a numbers game. You'd be like, hey, no, okay, no, all right. And then finally then you hit the right one.
Yeah, that's not how I would do it. It would be a number game.
God, you know what we should do, which would be fun? Why? I don't know if we can do it. I would say I would take you out with my friends. All, the way, and then watch how they move.
They move. You're talking about them like I'm at a safari looking at these humans.
Well,
out in the wild.
the way they carry themselves. Here's my thing: when you're young, you're insecure. But when you're a grown man, I don't.
Do you have no insecurities anymore?
No, not at this age. I don't care.
Before we started shooting, did you not say, "Does this shirt look okay on me?" Meaning, do I look fat in this shirt?
No, is it a good shirt? And plus, I had to steam it. You don't want to look. I mean, I want to look presentable.
Did you not ask me? Did I gain weight? With
Well, there's a reason for that, and we could talk about it off air.
No, the fans want to know. Are you pregnant? with
her child. What's her name?
Kelly Myersfield's child.
Child. No, I meant, dude, that's apples and oranges. Like, all right, let me ask you this. This is a great question.
Yeah.
And again, I'm, to the people listening, sometimes me and Dan mix serious in with joking. This one's a serious question.
Okay.
Are you worried about bombing still?
About bombing?
Yeah.
On stage?
Yeah.
Am I worried about bombing? Not really.
So that would be the comparison to going up to a girl for me now.
Right. I understand.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
And it's still different than, hey, does my haircut look good? At the end of the day,
if you were like single and you were at a coffee shop and there was a beautiful girl there, you'd have zero problem just getting up and going.
Well, I would assess it first. I would see if I don't want to cross the line. I mean, I will say at my age, I'm not tolerating. I don't sometimes you don't want to put up with certain things.
Could we just do a quick role play?
Sure.
I'm the girl at the coffee shop. I'm
Yeah.
sitting there. I'm on my laptop. And you come over. Or you do what you do. Tell me.
Is that a single bean coffee or is that a multi-bean coffee?
It's single origin.
It smells fucking great.
Okay, boom. I pull out my
You
pepper
like cock?
I pull out my pepper spray.
No, I would just go up and say, hey, you're a very beautiful girl. Are you here by yourself? Or,
that doesn't sound creepy. Hey, you're really beautiful. Are you here alone?
I didn't say it like that.
Are you alone?
You just said fake it till you make it. So you understand that. I know why as an older person, what's the worst that can happen? Somebody says no to you. And then what are you going to go home and go, am I ugly? I mean, you do that when you're going through puberty.
I have some lines, by the way, that I use.
Oh, let's hear them.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, excuse me. Were you at the Boston Marathon? Because you the bomb.
Oh, shit. You should have said, have you seen my set? Because I'm the bomb.
Okay, so now we have a very fun confrontation, which is Yasmin and Aisha. This has been building up a lot. In this whole season. And Aisha gives her a front wedgie. Pulls that shit up. Boom.
I have a problem with this whole thing, though.
Oh, here we go.
We'll make it quick. I think she should have just stole on her. Like, she's Cobra Kai, strike first. And to me, when you're saying strike first, I thought she's going to go up and just swing on her. But she had to do this big elaborate thing, and she still didn't beat her up. But I think she deserved a beating.
Well, she publicly shamed her.
Yeah, I think she deserved a beating.
I think that for the cool girl, if you're the cool girl, a public shaming is way more hurtful than like getting your face punched in.
Mm-hmm.
Because now all you have is your status, and now you've lost that.
Getting back to the pickup stuff.
I think what I just said was really smart.
It was very smart.
Thank you.
Getting back to the pickup stuff.
Yes.
I did notice that once I got out of my divorce, a lot of younger girls, and by that I'd say younger millennial, and maybe an older Gen Z, they don't know how to take compliments.
Okay.
And I also learned in my 3 years after my divorce, whenever I was dating, guys don't know how to talk anymore.
Okay.
And I've heard that numerous times from multiple girls. And they're like, and I think it's a two-way street. I think that the fun in it and the way women get upset over what's contrived as something that they might feel is like rude. The way the guys are like more not as manly.
Well, I think that is what has bred.
And I think it's the apps, but go ahead.
It is the apps. I think that is what has bred daddy culture. Daddy culture, as I like to call it.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, these young girls who want to. You are profiting off of daddy culture. These young girls who want to hook up with older guys. I think a lot of it is because.
Well, biologically, they are attracted to older men.
Yeah, but now it's like the range has gotten crazy. It's like girls in their like mid-20s with guys in their 40s and 50s, and it's like I think that it used to be like, ew, gross, he's old, and now it's like, ooh, hey, daddy. Ooh,
Daddy said that.
Daddy's joints hurt when it rains.
Oh, daddy has an extra rib.
And I think part of the reason this daddy culture exists is because these young girls are, the guys in their age group are these like weird incel losers, and they have.
Well, the girls though aren't bringing anything to the table either, and they're both like canceling each other out. It's odd. Like, I watch these podcasts sometimes. You'll see clips. And you see these guys that are like, I'm an alpha, I'm a beta, I'm a sigma. Like, what are we, in a fraternity? And then you have these girls. Every woman's a 10. I'm a boss. You're a narcissist. Who the fuck talks that way?
What fucking podcasts are you watching?
These clips. They're always online.
What clips are you watching?
I don't know what they're called. They're always viral.
Boys saying, I'm an alpha,
no, these
I'm a
are
beta.
like 30-something-year-old dudes, bro. These ain't kids.
They're older than I am.
But I'm saying that's my point. You have older guys talking like this, and you have girls that think every girl's a 10, and everything is just, and then they contradicting themselves. It's just a whole clusterfuck. I just remember when we were younger, when I was in my 20s, you went out, you saw an attractive girl, you talked to her, she told you I'm not interested, you walked the fuck away. You still got to be a gentleman. You know what I mean? But at the same time, not be like, I'm afraid of no. Yeah. And I think it's the apps, to be honest with you.
Well, it's also a combination of the fact that they have the apps, they grow up on the computer. They don't know how to talk to people because everything's online. And also they're addicted to really fucked up, violent, crazy porn, which we didn't grow up with that. We would just have like a page from National Geographic that we jerk off to.
Dude,
and so like
great point.
There's a combination of that, not being able to talk to girls and also wanting to do like ferociously weird shit. Before we get to that, Kelly Myersfield is calling me right now. Here we go.
Ask her opinion.
Blast from the past. Here we go. Kelly Myersfield.
What'd I do?
You are on Sweep the Pod right now. We are recording our Cobra Kai rewatch podcast.
Can I ask her the question?
You are on the air, Kelly Myersfield.
Wait, first of all, Kelly, this is...
Oh my God.
Hey, Kelly, can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're like way far away.
Yeah, because Dan, we don't have the whole thing set up. He's calling you from his cell phone. First off, did you really like his dreads?
Oh my God, I loved his dreads.
Ugh.
I thought they were super sexy. I just did.
Now,
Wow.
Speaking of dreads, and that rhymes with dreads, Dan was telling us a story about Club Med.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know damn well what happened at Club Med, Kelly.
Now,
I do. You know what happens in Club Med stays in Club Med.
Oh my God.
we just had two questions.
Yes.
First of all, Dan is feeling insecure. He opened up because he feels that, first of all, you lied to him, but we'll overlook
We're
that.
okay with that.
Yeah. You faked your virginity.
This is more important.
This is more important. He's concerned that the guy was way better looking than him, which I'm pretty sure because that's not hard.
Was the Club Med Geo hotter than I was?
Listen, I was exceptionally attracted to you, Dan.
All right. But
that
see,
just
this is what
answered-
I mean. That's why I know she didn't like your
Oh my
dreads.
God, that just answered the question that he was way hotter.
No, I had
Do
a
you want
girl.
me to send a picture?
Yes, I want to see a picture of this fucking guy.
And the next question, how fucking old was he?
Yeah, how much older was he?
He was 22.
And
my
you were 17 or 16?
I was 18.
Oh, okay.
Wait, and was he taller than me?
No.
Did he have abs?
Yeah.
Was he like a gymnast or one of those like trapeze
He
guys?
was like the bike instructor guy. He was super hot. He was blonde and he had abs.
Oh my God, the bike instructor. I was a biker. You knew that.
Wait,
I
hold
was a
on.
cyclist.
Here's my next question. So, first of all, you sold him that you were a virgin and you were 18?
Wait, say that again. The guy?
No, Dan. So
yeah, we were losing.
you
our
were an
virginity.
18-year-old virgin?
Yeah, we were.
I'm so sorry, but I faked losing it
Wait, hold on.
with Dan.
Can we be honest? Was that guy was the 22-year-old really your first?
He really was my first.
Okay. And
I mean, I had done everything else.
I was just going to say, did you do
many
butt
different
sex
people.
and say that didn't count?
No, I'm not Catholic.
Oh my
I
God.
I was a big slut who just never.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Kelly-
You're not Catholic? Wait, did she say?
Yes, I would like to see a picture of this guy, because I think I'm ready and I think I need it to move on.
Okay.
Wait, but I just want to say you have moved up as far as my favorite people in our circle of friends, even though we're not friends. You're like top 2 right now.
Wow.
Me?
Yeah.
The only reason he likes you is because you are responsible.
Because I hurt you?
Because you hurt me. This is my friend.
No, I'm actually sad. I mean, you hurt
I
him.
could say some really, really nice things about you, but I feel like if my husband ever heard this, it'd be weird.
Oh my God, you're married?
We must. We have to hear
I'm
these.
like almost 20 years married.
Oh my God, I need to hear these.
Does he know? Does he know about the Club Med guy?
Yeah, does he know about the Club Med guy?
It's in my one-woman show. He knows everything.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. You want to plug the one-woman show?
Wait, did you bring up in your one-woman show that you were dating a recurring guest star on Cobra Kai?
Wow.
And that
Fucking Louie, I did.
and that you lied and he believed you?
Well, I told him I lost my virginity twice.
Dude, she's awesome.
Yes, Kelly is awesome.
Kelly, promote your one-woman
Yeah,
show.
Kelly, plug the one.
My one-woman show is called Overshare. I'm going to be doing it again in October, which is a long way away. But what I'm going to plug is that I own an acting school now called the Professional Artist Workshop. I teach
Fantastic.
actors to lie about having lost their virginity.
That's what I was just going to say. That's tremendous.
She was very good at it.
Yeah,
she
she
was
committed.
amazing at it.
What technique did you use? Did you use a Meisner technique?
Yes, I used Meisner, repetition.
She did repetition. I was like, "You're a virgin." She's like, "I'm a virgin."
virgin.
You're a virgin. I'm a virgin.
That's exactly right.
Kelly, I love you. Thank you so much for
Kelly,
picking
I
up.
love you
Are
too, sweetie.
in
Thank
New
you
York
so
now,
much.
right?
No, I'm back in LA.
You are?
Yeah, let's hang out.
Yeah, we should hang out.
Is she here?
Yeah.
Can you come to the studio?
I'm fatter than I would want to be for with.
Nobody cares.
But whatever.
Oh, shut up.
Who cares?
Shut
Come down.
up.
Come down for the last
Honestly,
episode.
When I gain weight, I think to myself, I don't want to run into Dan.
Oh my God. I'm gonna go. Shut up.
Oh, see, dude, she's acting again. This is manipulation.
Yeah.
She cheated on you and lied.
I know.
And she took your flower, Dan.
She took my flower and now she wants me to tell her, "Oh no, no, no."
She
everything's
popped
fine."
your cherry, and now
Yeah.
she's still. I love how she deflected and said, "Well, I was madly in love with you."
Yeah, I did hate you for a while.
And then we made up.
We did. Oh my God. High school drama.
We gotta
need
wrap this up.
We gotta wrap this up. Kelly, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
I said too much. I feel terrible. About
No.
myself.
Don't you dare
Don't
feel
you
terrible.
dare. This was perfect. I will talk to you after this show.
Okay, good.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Buddy.
Wow.
So Dimitri can't pick up
The
what
hot
was-
chick.
what's her name? Alicia?
No, Aisha.
No. He can't pick
Oh
up
no,
the hot.
Yasmin.
Yasmin.
We did that already.
Right. So
Yasmin gets front wedged. Now Sam shows up with Robby, and Miguel is hammered, and there's a confrontation.
Big
Boy,
confrontation.
is there a confrontation? And what's interesting here is that Miguel. I thought this was written interestingly because the easy way to write it would be like, yeah, they get into that fight and Miguel punches whatever, but he mistakenly punches Sam.
Well, here's the thing. You got to back up a little. They're going down the hill holding hands and laughing. Now, in real life, okay?
Well, he's holding her hand to brace her for the walk down.
Yeah, but I'm saying it would. You still should explain it. You can't just sit here and go, like, for instance, if I showed up with a girl and I'm holding her hand and my girl can't get in touch with me for the day,
Yeah.
and she comes up to me and goes, "Where the hell have you been? And who is this?" Right away, I'd be like, I know it looks bad. My mom, I'm here to see you. This is my sister's best friend. She drove me here. I've been, and then explain it. You can't now just gaslight and go, "What, you don't trust me?" I mean, the whole thing looks a little suspect.
Well, I think she says, "Have you been drinking?" Which he has. He's clearly hammered.
but this still has nothing to do with you walking down a hill with a guy
That's
holding
true.
hands.
But it's so hard to rationalize with a drunk person.
I mean, true, but there was no attempt to rationalize. It was more like, "Wait, are you drinking? You don't trust me? Da 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 da."
Really? There wasn't like a line of, "Hey, you have nothing to worry about," and he like cut her off.
Well, I think it was, yeah, I think there might have been something. But then when he went to punch, he didn't mean to punch her,
But he did.
but he did.
Yeah.
He punched her.
And boy, did he feel bad about it.
And I'm surprised she didn't kick the shit out of him because she knows karate.
She does.
She could have roundhoused him in the face.
I mean, I think she was really stunned and caught off guard, which I get it. It's her fucking boyfriend. You're not going to start roundhousing your boyfriend. It's a weird moment.
What's a weird moment was everything that happened with after the story.
All right, so Robby goes back to LaRusso, and Johnny and Daniel show up. Yeah, Robby goes back to Daniel's house, right? And Johnny and Daniel come back to Daniel's house from their drunken fun. And Robby's there, and Johnny sees that his son has been training with LaRusso.
Well, what I liked too, when they were walking in, it was kind of reminiscent to the end of Rocky 3, where we're going to get a rematch. And they reference Rocky 3. Right? Because remember when Apollo trained Rocky and then they go and he wants a rematch.
Yeah.
So they're drunk and they're about to go fight.
Right.
And then everything just falls apart.
Everything falls apart.
Robby, this is my dad. What was the other thing?
This is my dad. He's been training with. How could you not tell me that? How could Robby not have told Daniel that Johnny was his dad? How could Daniel not have told Johnny that he was training his son? It was like a whole shit show.
And then Johnny throws him up against the thing, breaks the statue, the trophy, leaves, And again, all of that ground that was made. Every time everything starts to smooth out, a LaRusso comes
and fucks it all
and
up.
fucks it all up.
Yeah.
Whether it's cousin Louie, Sam,
Yeah.
or Daniel. But it's all innocent. And I'm not just saying this, brilliantly written.
Brilliant.
I really do. I think it was brilliantly written.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's get to our questions from the audience.
All right. So wait, that's the end. That's the great ending. I said it, great ending of episode 9. And now we got some questions.
We got some questions. This might be the toughest question that we've gotten thus far. Best 80s soundtrack, Rocky 4 or Karate Kid?
Rocky 4, hands down.
Wow.
I know it by heart. When I used to get ready for football for college, I would work out Rocky 4 soundtrack. No Easy Way Out, one of the best songs ever. Bananarama, It's a Cruel Summer is great on Karate Kid. You're the Best Around, but it's more soundtracky.
Yeah.
Other than
I love like the pan flute stuff, the violin stuff. Like I love it. But yes, it is a little more soundtracky.
Other than Living in America, that whole the Rocky montage, Bill Conti, the composer.
Yeah.
Then you have it's just.
Can I tell you something that's gonna blow your fucking mind?
Yeah.
Bill Conti had a concert with
John the Williams, the
no
Star Wars guy.
No, with the guys who do the music for Cobra Kai.
Shut up.
At the Troubadour, and I went to it, and it was so much fun. Like together, they did a show.
Dude, that's amazing.
Isn't that wild?
This question: do you drink Coors Banquet or sake?
Sake, 100%.
I don't drink. I would probably do the sake.
Love a good sake.
Do you really?
Love.
Now, is rice wine like regular wine, where it's like certain grains of rice? I don't know.
It is special grains of rice, and the thing with sake is, the higher quality of the sake, the more they shave off the grain. They shave off the grain to get into that center kernel, and the stuff that's the most shaved off is the really expensive stuff. That's how they gauge it. Next question: breaking cinder blocks or catching a fly with chopsticks?
Which would I'd break the cinder block. I think it's more impressive.
You think that's more impressive?
Yeah, they got Raid. You could spray a fly.
Okay.
And then
you've got Raid. Everybody.
No, I'm saying if you had one skill to choose from, either catch a fly with chopsticks or just break cinder blocks. Which out of those two skills? Let's say 100% of the time, if you go to people, you're at a party,
yeah,
and you're like, "Hey, there's a fly. Watch this." 100% of the time, never miss, or just be at a party. And
or you're at the same party, and you're like, "Hey, everybody, come outside. Look at what I could do."
No, I'm saying,
and you just fucking break cinder blocks.
Well, it would be the same thing.
Like a
either
goon?
way, you're showing off. Yeah, or like a goon. That means you have the ability to break a cinder block with your fist.
You have the fucking head of a cinder block.
All right.
That is our episode.
No, it's not. I got one more question.
Sorry.
Crane kick or sweep the leg?
Crane kick. It's got grace. It's got finesse. It takes a lot of practice. It's legal. I love a crane kick.
I gotta agree. I'll take the crane kick.
Yeah.
Now close it out.
That has been episode 9, different but same. Turned into a therapy session for Dan and Kelly with the worst couples therapist, Bret Ernst,
yelling out everything.
That was an intense episode, which sets us up for our finale of the first season. I can't wait. It is the tension is killing me.
It's I got to be honest with you. I told you I don't even watch TV, let alone it's hard for me to watch things I'm in. So glad I watched it. Setting it up.
So good.
Episode 10, the finale. Just one of the I really had no idea how good. And we read a lot of scripts. And I'm not just saying because we're in it.
Yeah.
How well written and how great this show is. I get why people love it.
Yeah. That's a great show. You can't get off just on the nostalgia alone. You have to have
that already wore thin, man.
Exactly.
So if you want to follow us, go ahead, Dan.
I am at Stand Up Dan on the socials. He is at Bret Comedy.
I'm BretComedy.com. Just go there, check out all my specials, check out all my social media.
Tune into his specials. And you can follow the podcast at Sweep the Pod. See you soon.
Like and subscribe.